Xbox slander continues, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, party people in the place to be. It's your boy MAZ. Yeah! And the teamwork continues.
Sounds like I ain't do that shit ever again. I would have done it if I knew.
Listen, this all
friends. How many of us have that?
Man, so before we get started, first and foremost, you see the merch. 9 Clouds Up. This is the new 9 Clouds Up hoodie. The Nightcap 2022 out now. Visit 9cloudsup.com to get you one or pull up to the store and use promo code MAZI, MAZI for 10% off your purchase. And with that being said, I have Soul in front of me as always in the cut.
Yeah.
Skrills to my left in the cut as always.
Skrills.
And then to the right of me, we have artist, producer, songwriter, photographer,
right,
videographer.
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck don't you do? Play games.
I don't play games.
He don't play games. I just cop them. I don't play games. I just cop them.
I got everything. Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stilo Jordan.
I'm still doing what I love, and I don't have to get a 9 to 5 to do it. I'm fucking happy. I'm successful.
Look, I've been here dreaming about diamonds and gold and turning down all of the finest of hoes. Cause lately, look, I just been working and working and working. I'm working so much trying to reach all my goals. Like, I'm doing things that I feel I'm supposed to. I walk around like my name on a poster behind me, but I've been living my life better than anybody cause I'm focused. I hit a hate, to be honest, you bogus. You acting like I ain't needing my roses. I stay ahead like I'm respecting COVID. My team a unit, we move it like soldiers. Riding the wave, I'm surfing sofas.
So people know me, like if you work with me, you know that I'm treating everything that I do, whether it's my track or not, I'm treating it like it's mine. If you're working with me, you're gonna get me 100%. And everybody knows when they work with me, if I'm like, hey, can I make a suggestion? It's not to bring you down, it's to give you an idea. If you like the idea, cool. If it's a dumb idea, tell me it's a stupid idea, but let's try it first.
And my wish list really getting shorter doing big shit. Yeah, they used to tell me it was.
What up?
In the building.
What up? Happy to be here, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, bro.
Yeah.
Working.
Listen, thank you for coming and pulling up in your very busy schedule because I know you got a lot going on, man. And thank you for taking time off to pull up here and talk with us, man.
I got to, man. This is MAZI'S world, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, listen, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Come
Hey,
on,
so
man.
out here, you know what I'm saying?
The more you know. Listen. So, of course, you know, we are here to talk about your latest project from the Wayside.
Yes.
Man, tell us a little bit about that.
Man, so I'm gonna start by saying that this is like my first fully produced record that I've ever done, like where every note, every kick, every snare, every hi-hat, everything, no samples, all melodies came from my head, everything. It's a first project that I've gone 100% and done that. And this is by far my best work I've ever done, just in general. And I'm not saying that because I produced everything. I mean, based off of everything that I've done in the past, and then this shit is just it's a step up. It's like 5 steps up. I'm taking the elevator, actually. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
He said, I ain't taking the steps, it's the elevator.
Yeah, it was easy too. You know? Easy, bro. Easy, bro. Easy too.
Easy difficulty.
Yeah.
So what was it about this one that made you just be like, you know what, I'm gonna just take everything in my own hands and I'm gonna just create this project instead of just reaching out to other people? Is this just like a challenge for you per se, or something that you just wanted to do? Like,
and I don't mean this like talking shit or anything.
Sure.
But there are beat makers. And then there are producers.
Absolutely, I agree. I'm rolling with you so far.
Yeah, and we have 3 producers in San Antonio that I could think of that aren't like Ace One and like, you know, shit like that. But we have like three producers, and I include myself in those 3. And the problem with those producers is they're always busy. Always, it's hard to get in work with them, and then if they're always busy, I'm always busy. You know, it's hard to like match schedules and stuff. And so this was just one of those things where it was like, nah, I'm gonna do everything on my own. And I've learned so much in the studio that I work at, you know, surrounded by huge company, and it's really built me just as an artist. And so yeah, it's just one of those things where let me experiment with based off of everything that I know now. Let me make an actual record. I'm tired of making just regular fucking songs.
Yeah. Listening to your project, shout out to Skrills, he leaked it
It was you.
it was Skrills that leaked it.
Bro, don't do that. The email literally said, "Case will fuck you up."
That's right.
You email this shit to anybody else.
That's why he's wearing red today too.
I see. Oh shit. Okay, set tripping. My fault, bro. Listen, I apologize. Listen, man. Okay, if it makes it any better, I threatened Skrills to get the email. I was like, "Yo, send it to me now." I got to take opportunity to listen to the project, and yes, it is definitely different. The sound that I'm used to you kind of doing, you know, this is definitely a step to the left, if you will. And a lot of songs, I know the one that you played me, I think we was interviewing Twist.
Yeah.
And shout out to Twist. I believe it was the Angels record.
Yeah.
Angels record.
That's what I was working on when y'all were walking in.
Yeah. That one was, I like that one. I like that song a lot. So with this one, what made you want to go to this particular sound? Was it any artist in particular that may have, you know, that you may have heard, it was just like, you know, let me go in this lane, or was it just the vibes and the waves that was just like, you know what, let me try with this sound?
Man, for the first time, I like let the music kind of guide me.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just one of those things where I was constantly in my zone, like just randomly too. Like the last song in that project, I did that shit in like 2 hours because I was just in my zone, bro. And
sounds like me when I'm working on a beat, man. We're just sitting there just trying to tweak stuff and everything, and it's never done. It's not perfect. You know what I mean? It's trying to.
All my stuff is perfect. Everything I do, it's all perfect, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but how long? But how long did it take? You know what I'm saying? For it to get perfect,
I get you 100%.
That's the part where it's just like it's straining a little bit at times. For
right,
sure.
Right. And so like this, I mean, like I said, just kind of let the music guide me with this one.
Yeah.
And like my inspiration from it kind of I was listening to a lot of R&B, and then which led me down a wormhole to of course old Weekend, and then I just love the synths that were in that album. You know, and then of course Kanye was dropping all this stuff, and then it was, you know, it was just, you know, just crazy sounds that I was listening to. And so this project is like really heavy on that. You can hear all the synths and almost everything, but also just at the studio that I work at, you know, we get so many different artists, and listening to these pop records go out the door that are being produced by my mentor, or country records that are being produced, and like listening to how everything is structured out. That was actually like the driving force behind this project was basically everything that I learned in the studio with all these different kinds of artists. I just kind of put it into my own, made it my own.
Made it your own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you feel that because you produced it yourself, and obviously you were making the music yourself, that it was easier for you to create the lyrics to it?
I don't think it was easier. I mean, to me, it was it felt better.
Gotcha.
You know, but I wouldn't say it was easier. Like, one thing I pride myself on is like, you can give me anything, and lyrics usually come easy. Melodies usually come easy when it comes to writing and stuff. That's the easy part for me.
Okay.
For the longest time, it was production that I was like, like this doesn't feel like that good. Like, it just feels all right. It feels like another beat. It doesn't feel like a crazy record or anything. Yeah. So, but yeah, I wouldn't say that it was easier. It felt better though.
Gotcha.
Okay. So with that being said, it seems like, and I know Skrills and I, we have this theory that we always talk about, and we mentioned this with Robbie, and I guess with you, it'd kind of be the perfect question to ask. Do you think, you being, you know, the artist, songwriter, and producer, especially with this project, do you think that something suffers?
Do y'all feel like anything that I've done suffered as time went on?
I wouldn't say suffer, but I like, for instance, you do photos. I'd love to see you do more photos. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Not necessarily suffer, but like, we all know, like, it's hard to do multiple things consistent at a high level.
Yeah. Okay. In my eyes, it's kind of easier to designate to have one person do one thing and one person do another versus something that you're doing. It is way more difficult to do. And not saying that it can't be done, because obviously it can be done.
Right.
Obviously it can be done.
So
you know what I'm saying?
No, I get you 100%. So now I understand the question a little bit better. Now, pictures, I still do it. I do that for absolutely half of my life. I think you have to be built for it. I think you have to have the mentality for it.
Yes, I agree.
I don't feel like I'm suffering in any way. Like, I don't feel like I'm overstressed or overworked. I work all this because I love what I do. You know what I mean? And if like everything that I'm doing because I love to do it, whether it be the shooting video for people, or shooting pictures for people, producing for people, producing for myself, being my own artist, kind of helping out with artists that are on my team. And I think it depends on the person that you are. If it's going to make you suffer in some type of way, it's just, I prioritize myself and my time in ways to where I don't let anything suffer. I'm constantly building and growing in every aspect that I do everything that I do.
Do you feel like you're successful in every aspect of everything that you do?
The one thing that I'm not successful at, and is going to change this year, is promoting myself. That's it. But that's something that's always been there. I don't think that suffered. I think that's something that just stuck, and I haven't worked on that.
Gotcha.
You know?
And that makes sense because, like me bringing up the photos, you're constantly working, but it might be you just not putting it out there.
Right.
I don't see it. So in my eyes, I'm like, maybe you're not doing it or not doing it as much, but you are. We just don't see it.
Yeah. The portfolio is getting bigger. My Instagram, I'm not really posting that much on it.
Yeah.
But portfolio is huge now. You
Gotcha.
know. But yeah, you know, I'm constantly working on everything.
But that's an interesting take, Mazi, because like before we just thought outright, like, you know, something suffers.
Right.
Stilo kind of put it in a perspective now where it's just like, if you like to do it, then can it be considered like you failing at it?
Very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. But also at the same time, I feel like you can like to do something and suck at it, and you can get worse at it. You can do all that stuff. I don't feel like I have. Prices have went up and people are keeping up with them.
Okay.
With everything in every aspect.
And that's what you see.
Yeah, that's what I feel. It's what I see. Yeah, and that's why I'm living the way I'm living.
Now, do you have,
I'm living the way I'm living.
Hey, the next time somebody
talk.
The next time we have that convo with somebody about multiple hats, I'll be like, "Do you know Stilo?"
Yeah, you know Stilo Jordan. I mean, he's living pretty good.
Keep up. Do you feel there's anything you want to add to that, like that you'd want to dabble in, maybe?
So of course, like one of the things is I wish I was a mastermind behind marketing and stuff.
Okay,
because I think marketing is key. Is very huge.
Yeah, I want to be able to step outside of the box with that kind of stuff. You know? I want to be thinking different and more effectively with that stuff. Just thinking the way that nobody else thinks and stuff. I try to do that with everything. And so right now, I can't think of anything off the top that I really want to just excel at right now or get better at. That I feel like I need to get better because I really do feel like I got to get better at everything. Every time that I do it.
So, my bad. Go ahead. So last question on that subject for me is like, if you had to pick one to put all your focus in, which one would you pick?
Okay.
We got
writing music in general. Because I feel like, to me, writing a song, it consists of the production and the lyrics in it. So writing for me in general, that is the one thing. Of course, this is like my true passion. Yeah, photography is also a really fucking fun hobby that I love to do, but it pays me, you know, and so I'm lucky. But if I had to choose something, it would have to be music because it's honestly what's making me.
And particularly the writing aspect of it, like writing songs for people, kind of thing.
Writing songs for people, yeah. I'd rather write songs for people.
And your pen is nice, by the way.
Yeah,
your songwriting skills are dope.
And I lied. I got more questions now.
Okay.
Okay. Nah, just because it's funny you say that, because I've actually, after hearing the album, there was a line you said that said, and I'm terrible at this, mind you. I'm not Mazi. Mazi fucking remembers everything.
You good.
But I'm paraphrasing here. But you said something along the lines of like, if you got money, it's nothing less than 40K.
Yeah.
You remember that line?
Yeah. So you're talking. Okay. So you're talking about the track with D, the diversity.
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically, the line Mazi and So was like him saying like, if he's dealing with someone who has bread, like a major artist, I assume.
Listen, man, if I'm going to pin your work, it's 40K.
Yeah, nothing less. That's
nothing less.
So that's 40%. It's nothing. 40%.
Okay.
Nothing under 40, homie. I'm worth it. Yes.
Okay.
Nothing under 40, homie. I'm worth.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. Got you. And the reason I bring that up is because like that made me think like, bro, Stilo is an incredible producer. Personally, I always felt. And this is no slight against your music or nothing like that, but I've always felt that like you getting behind an artist or finding an artist or being a fucking P. Diddy as Stilo type hybrid.
Yeah.
Bro, that to Mazi's point, your pen is dope. Your production.
Yeah.
And we've seen you in the studio engineering, and that's kind of an odd triple threat.
It is.
Writer, producer, and engineer. Because it's usually all separate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, now I'm done. So I was going to ask, you brought up the marketing thing, right? But you have people on your team that are very good at being people's faces. So do you feel that you can't tap them to help you do that, or you just want to do it yourself kind of thing?
No, 100%. But I'm a big advocate. The reason why, you know, we all, like the three of us, me, Twist, and Diversity, why we promote ourselves as our own artists, I'm a huge advocate for if you can do it, do it.
Gotcha.
If you can do it on your own, figure it out, do it on your own, learn how to do it. That way, in case you do need help, it's actual help.
Gotcha.
And I never want to feel like I'm relying on somebody for something and get used to that feeling.
Yeah.
So no, of course, like that's even without asking. If I was like, yo, I'm dropping an album, I'm getting help regardless.
Gotcha.
You know, if I'm dropping anything, if I could literally be like, yo, I need y'all to help me out with this real quick, and then they're gonna be 100%, 10 toes down for me. So
sure. Next question before sorry, Mozzie. But
go for it. Nah, by all means.
I really want to figure out, because like I said, I've been to your studio twice, right?
Yeah.
And different people are there, and I just kind of want to know, like, yo, who's in the crew? Like, what's crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy because I do see that, like, the three of y'all, like, that's the main three. It seems like it's you, Diversity, and Twist. But then, like, out of nowhere, you have, like, the compilation project. So it's almost like, damn, like, they're affiliated with, like, 12 people, it seems like, with producers like Inner City, which, shout out to Inner City. That's I won't say fan, but I've known him for a long time.
He's kind of an OG out here. People
don't realize that, but I went to school with him. Yeah. So, like, I would have never thought, because him being, the super football jock guy that he was, you know what I mean? And then now he's into production. I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy. So, yeah, shout out to Inner City, man.
So
they're Wu-Tang and there's three. Okay, go ahead.
So I am grateful that the people that we invite into our circle stick around.
Yeah.
Right? All About Growth consists of myself, E-Twist, Diversity, Case, and DJ AR.
Gotcha.
That's five of us.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Everybody else is just people who, we just click with. We click with a lot of people, man. We're not, we are literally just all literally about growth. Like, we want to grow in every way that we can, and if that means branching out and being affiliated with everybody, if it's possible,
sure.
Then it'll be cool. And there are some things that go into effect. Like, sometimes you just don't click with certain people, so it doesn't happen. But we're very grateful for everybody who comes to us and sticks around, and that's why it looks like we're a part of MIE, which is Ominus the Monster. It looks like we're a part of, Supreme Innovation. Shout out to them too. But no, we just work with a lot of people, and a lot of people love to come back to us, and we love to work with everybody. So
that's dope, man.
That's super dope. Especially, for the city purposes, you know what I mean? Because it seems like a lot of people are clicked up. Yeah. You know what I mean? And everybody's kind of just doing their own thing. But, like you said, if you're reaching out and being like, hey, y'all could pull up on us and, let's all work together, and we're really trying to, get this shit going, and let's all help each other. That's why not?
Yeah. When I started coming out and, like, showing my face out here, I was implanting myself in everybody's clique. Yeah, I was going over linking with them. I was trying not to just be, affiliated. Like, huge shout out to Miss James. Miss James is the reason why, Miss James and Company is the reason why I even started getting, like, recognition. But I didn't want to be Mitch James and Company. No offense to him, but, like, I was still developing myself. I didn't want to give myself one road to just go down.
Absolutely.
I wanted to figure out my own path and stuff. So I was affiliated with them, and then I was linking up with Ominus the Monster. Just a whole bunch of different people. The clique over at Ventura, when Ventura was a thing, all those people who were over there, that whole crew. It was a whole crew. I was with, hanging out with all them and stuff.
That's dope, man.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's real tight.
Off, but on topic, still with music and everything. Since you dove into R&B with this album, what you were saying, listening, going down that path of R&B. Valentine's Day is around the corner.
Yeah.
I like to do, like a top 5 kind of thing.
Okay.
So 5 R&B albums to set the mood with the missus. Or a
rando
if you're into that.
R. Kelly.
Come on, no, man, no. So,
man, okay. So albums are tough for me. Albums are hard for me to name.
Okay, well then I'll make it simple. So let's do 5 songs. You get a playlist together, a quick 5.
You about to throw this 5 on the playlist.
You about to throw 5 heaters on the playlist.
Call Shorty
and be like, hey,
because it's 2:14:22, baby.
See, I'm gonna get too short. Nah, I'm playing. Get
straight to the point.
Damn, man, this is such a hard question, bro.
Whatever comes to mind, man.
So, man, honestly, I'm gonna hit random on the weekend.
You can't go wrong.
I'm hitting random, but not on his new. I'm not playing anything off the new project.
You ain't messing with Dawn
I'm
FM?
doing like the hills and shit. You know what I'm saying? The whole weekend. I feel like that turned my whole generation into freaks, dog.
Straight up and down.
It did, man. So, like, OnlyFans started. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He had son to do that shit, bro. So I'm hitting random on the weekend. Right?
Okay.
But then, do y'all know who Maida is?
That name sounds familiar.
She just got signed with Jay-Z and Beyonce. She got signed to them. Brand new artist, beautiful, amazing singer. She's got a couple tracks on there. One of them is called Teen.
Lie to your parents to come see me and say you love me, so I'm the one who you would lie to most.
Probably do that.
Check that out.
Yeah. And then Drake.
Of course.
Gotta throw Drake in there. And I'm gonna hit random on Drake too.
Random. Okay. Can't go wrong with that.
You really can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. And then some Ja Rule. I don't know. Some Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
You know,
he does have some good.
What's that one with Fat Joe too? What's love?
What's love?
What's love?
That's good. That's
Turn the fucking mic on.
we gonna start off the night with that, right? It's like everybody's in a good mood. She's, you know what I'm saying?
Getting a little dance on and then slow it down later. Okay, I see where he's going with it. I like that. I like that list. You can't go wrong with that one. I like that,
That's
man.
funny. That's a terrible playlist though. Like you think about it.
It's a random ass playlist,
You think about it. Man, that's a terrible ass playlist. You're like, what the hell? You know?
No, that's dope, man. So wow. So you didn't mess with Dawn FM, or you like it, but just not for that particular.
I like not for that particular reason. I feel like if you're gonna pick the weekend, bro, you gotta go back.
Yeah.
This weekend is very pop, and you know it's cool and everything, but it doesn't have that feeling that you know I think like 2 projects in before.
That reminds me, Scrooge, you had a theory about the weekend. You had a take on this new album.
Yeah.
And we really didn't get to talk about it. I don't know if you want to bring it up.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, it's kind of widely known now, but like, you remember Trilogy, right?
Yeah.
So technically, this is a new version of that.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got After Hours, which technically it's him like living a sinful life, right? And then you got Dawn FM, which is he's in purgatory. He's dead.
Right. That's what they're saying.
And then the next project's called Afterlife. Again, back to the marketing ploy and all that. This man has been the same character for like 3 years, bro.
Look, I'll say this right now: best marketing out there. Because remember all the talk that he started because of his face.
Yeah.
When he did the plastic surgery thing, and everybody thought that it was. I mean, dog. Yeah, that shit tripped me out, bro. He looked like handsome Squidward. Bro, I was like, what? What is going on?
As soon as he said, I know exactly what he's talking about, bro.
I just hit a face all over.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, dog.
Yo, that is hilarious, man.
But it's true shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like he's crazy good at that. Like
yeah, for sure.
Everything just feels like it connects. And usually when shit feels like it connects, people want to gravitate towards it.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
So it's crazy.
That's true, man. God, that is hilarious. So when can we get this album, man?
Okay, so this new album comes out on the Wayside. On the Wayside comes out February 5th.
February 5th, okay.
February 5th, yeah.
And you're doing a listening party too, right?
Yes. That listening party is also going to be on February 5th. It's going to be at Dive Bar. And we're doing a double release party with myself and Ominus the Monster.
Had so many problems, only ways to make solutions. I put thousands on some puppies. Some people think that it's foolish. They keep talking about a plan B like there's no faith in my music. My girlie don't wanna do anything except pop cool.
The last show that we did together, just us two, bro. This is not us pulling out 9-10 artists. No, just us. AAG and MIE, 3 artists of theirs, 3 artists of us. Reaching capacity, bro. Just 2 of us.
I actually wanted to make that show, but we were at a different show that night.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Bet y'all wish y'all were there.
I mean, the show I was there.
I bet y'all wish y'all was there. Yeah, no play. Yeah, no, there was. I remember there was another show that was going on that night, and there was a lot of people.
And then I even think Tech 9 was here that night too.
Was he?
I think he was at. Yeah, I think there was like 3. Stilo was like, I ain't know.
Yeah,
I ain't know. But
we're busy. We're busy packing the bitch out.
What I wanted to ask you is, because a lot of people do fuck with you and come to your studio and do music and stuff like that. Is there anybody in the city that's put you on notice that you haven't worked with or want to work with?
Good question.
There's one person, and actually we're working right now, clef.
Okay.
Yeah,
shout out to clef.
You know, we're working on something right now. I'm not gonna give too much detail on that, but what I will say is clef was somebody that there's an artist out here. Her name is Denise Loverek. Is Love Wreck?
Yeah.
So if you know Love Wreck was actually, she put me onto G Clef, and I knew about Angel Cintron at the time, but I didn't I was just focused on Angel Cintron, and she was like, yeah, do you know who produces and helps her with her music? And she pointed me towards G Clef, and then I started listening to his catalog, started seeing everything that he was doing, and he's when I was telling you there's 3 people out here that I feel like are actual producers and not just beat makers. G Clef is definitely one of them. Great, phenomenal writer too. And I'm finally getting to work on something with him. And
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
That's what's up. Also, AG is also promoting the Boogie show heavy in the streets right now.
Yeah, bro.
Especially in these social media streets. Like it's almost like every other third picture, it's like it's a Boogie, it's the Boogie show.
Yeah, exactly.
With XB Valentine, by the way.
Y'all buy our tickets?
Oh, I got mine.
Yeah, we got ours. Come on,
bro. I got mine.
All
like
right. I'm gonna pat y'all down. Make sure y'all got them.
We're supposed to pull up. We're pulling up to the show.
Well, that's why we did it, man. We want everybody to see it. We need everybody to see that this show is gonna happen. We're doing a lot of big things, and we've been doing a lot of big things, but now we're showing off. We're trying to show it off, everything that we're capable of doing, and trying to think outside the box and do things that people just aren't.
Yeah.
Not to say that people aren't bringing like major artists, because we had that Lil Durk and what was that guy who packed out Shrine?
I'm trying to think of the name. Was it Pooh? Pooh Shiesty?
Yeah.
There we go.
Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah.
Shout out to guys who put that together. I always forget their names, man. I always forget their names, and I see them all the time, bro.
With Boogie, man, I'm personally been a fan of Boogie since like I said, we was talking earlier off air, the On My record, and then for him to change lanes and then to link up with Love Renaissance and create the records that he's doing now, and it's kind of like that's
too.
It's insane, man. It's insane. I'm actually looking forward to the show. So, and then looking forward to seeing what y'all are opening up and doing that stuff too. Like it's gonna be a good turnout. I already know because Boogie, guilty pleasure of mine. The first 48 series that Boogie's done.
Yeah, Still Thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, bro. That song connected with me. I was
incredible.
Amazing.
Even what was the album that he had dropped before? The For Sale shit?
Everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale.
So it's Thirst 48 came out before Everything's for sale.
Right.
Which was the I think this was like the Eminem finally like pushing him out there after the deal. This might be the deal, the project that was on the deal or something.
Right, exactly. So and that project to me was incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah. Amazing.
And people don't know how, bro, Boogie is one of the best writers out.
Yeah.
He's dope as fuck, bro.
He's crazy, man. Like the metaphors, like he's crazy, bro. Crazy with that. Like he's you could see why Eminem signed him, and I'm glad Eminem, wasn't looking for some other, like those fast rappers and shit. Like I'm glad he wasn't like I call him choppers. He's not signing chop like people like that. Like this dude, he has substance. His bars are crazy. Like even if you miss the bar, you understand it somehow. You know what I mean? Like if it goes on in your head, you still feel like you know what he's talking about, what he's saying. He's a phenomenal writer.
Slick with it, bro. Like he just says it nonchalantly, and you're like, whoa,
it's easy to him.
Did you hear what the fuck?
It's almost easy to miss those punchlines because of how subtle his flow is. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like wait, and you got to go back and hear it, and you're like, oh shit, okay, that was nice. I was gonna say, does Eminem get a bad rep with signing artists?
I don't know. I feel like this is the only artist that I ever knew that he signed.
Bro, I mean, dog, he signed Obi Trice.
Oh shit.
He signed Yellow Wolf. He signed Griselda. Come on, dog.
I'm talking about like promotion wise. I guess I'll reiterate the question.
Oh, that he promoted.
That maybe Eminem will sign and then try to push out and promote.
I mean, I feel like out of everybody you just named, I feel like Boogie's probably going the farthest. Because I mean, you talk about Yellow Wolf, and Yellow Wolf had his like year of people knowing the name at some point.
True.
Yeah.
But I feel like Boogie, he's becoming probably the most mainstream artist that Eminem has signed. I feel like
that makes sense.
So I feel like, and I also feel like it's different. I feel like that he probably, I mean, this age of social media and promoting, through social media, I feel like is if you have money, is way easier than before. Than marketing than before. So I feel like this is just one of those right place, right time situations. As an artist, being in this generation.
No, that makes sense.
You know what's funny is when they signed Wayside, I wasn't familiar with him at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, everybody confused him with A Boogie with a hoodie, the other person,
the
rapper or whatever. Because it was Boogie and then A Boogie, right? Yep. And that's why he's changed his name to Wayside Boogie, so it's more familiar, separates him from the other fucking person.
And they just did that shit.
Just recently.
Wait, why you say the other fucking person? Yo, you don't fuck with A Boogie?
I mean,
you don't fuck with A Boogie with the hoodie?
I mean, I'm not going to his concert. I'm going to Wayside.
You going to Wayside Boogie's concert at Paper Tiger.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
See, that's that marketing. There you go. See, you got this shit, bro. You got this shit.
Presented by.
All about growth, entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what's Diversity set looking like? He bringing out the whole squad? He bringing out the whole squad, right?
I mean, he might.
Every A-A-N-G?
Every A-A-N-G.
Like you gotta go there to see how well his set looks right now. His set looks crazy right now. You gotta go there and see it.
Yo, fun fact, so I first met Diversity years ago. He used to rock with K-Dog.
Yeah.
And they were like a terrible twosome. Yeah. That's how I met them. I met them at a show years ago, bro. Over 10 years ago, I think now. But I think Diversity's been the most consistent artist up there, at least as far as consistently out there, bro. Like there's nothing that you don't see him at or in or involved with. So when
like every day he's a fucking freestyling, bro. Something.
Duh,
bro.
yeah, he did freestyle in a barbershop, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here, man? And he out there rapping his ass off, bro.
And when I see him perform live, bro, it's just like, fuck it up. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, his energy is always on 10, bro. His energy is on 10.
Let me tell you, I had to learn to keep up with him.
I bet.
I'm not used to this, bro. Like, give me a chair, put a spotlight on me. You know what I'm saying? But no.
Yeah, because he looks like you would be like the cool ambient guy. Like, let me just get like you said, a bar stool, light, and just chill, talk to the ladies, like. Yeah, and then Diversity, what the fuck is up? Put your fucking hands in there.
No, there's a performance that Stilo and Diversity did. I think it was for MVP out in Houston.
Oh yeah.
And fam, Diversity was drenched, bro. And he was like, bro, hey, can I talk to y'all for a second? And Stilo's just cool and calm and collected and just like with the hat to the front. And Stilo's just like trying to get, the crowd wasn't giving y'all much, but like y'all didn't give a fuck. Or he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He was like, let's go.
That was an interesting show, man. It was probably one of the coolest experiences I ever had. It wasn't really meant to, there was no crowd. It wasn't really meant to have a crowd, but there were some really important people in the building that we were performing for. In front of. Shout out to MVP Vibe. Oh my God. MVP Vibe. I mean, they're crazy, man. I mean, they're dope. Like the stuff that they're doing for artists and that show was one of the coolest things that there's nobody doing anything like that. I'll just say it like that. That was like a $20,000 production, bro, that we got to go. We went out to Houston. They set up. We had to be there early not even early in the morning. We had to be there late at night. We were there till like 4 a.m, making sure that the lighting matches up with our set. Like we had a guy, an engineer for the lights and stuff, making sure that it flows with our set really well and it changes when it needs to and all this stuff, man. It was just one of the coolest experiences I ever had.
That's dope, man.
One thing I wanted to touch on is when I went to the studio, Ominus graciously invited me to go hear some of his tracks off his new album. And you guys work very well together. And, you know, we were talking about this before we started talk on the podcast, but like, you're real picky and you're not afraid to tell people like, yo, I want it this way or that way or whatever. But what I like is you're willing to say that. I mean, they do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're telling them what to do or like, hey, I know better. It's like, yo, I'm saying this, and they trust you. Exactly.
Yeah. So people know me. Like if you work with me, you know that I'm treating everything that I do, whether it's my track or not, I'm treating it like it's mine. If you're working with me, you're gonna get me 100%. Like, and everybody knows when they work with me. If I'm like, hey, can I make a suggestion? It's not to bring you down. It's to give you an idea. If you like the idea, cool. If it's a dumb idea, tell me it's a stupid idea. But let's try it first. Yeah. Let's hear what it sounds like because this might feel better, and your idea does work and it's cool. But let's try this because I want to see if this will change possibly the dynamic of the song and maybe take it in a way that you didn't think it was gonna go, but it feels really good. All of the artists that I work with, I mean, I'm lucky for the artists that I work with because everybody trusts me and they know that I have the best intentions when I'm working with them. That trust that I get is honestly a huge shout out to my mentor, Mac Damon. He's the one who, you know, taught me everything that I know, and that plays hand into my knowledge behind a lot of things. And I feel like I have a gift with hearing things and seeing things and finding ways to make them better.
Yeah.
You know?
I got you.
That's the producer talk. You know what I mean? Gaining that trust from an artist, because I know, especially with a lot of artists that I had kind of seen or had dealings with, a lot of them really don't tend to take direction very well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's some that, like, big shout out to Entry when we did the Blue album. And shout out to Question 2. Question was telling me, like, we all know, this is just for example, like, Entry, we all know Entry could rap. He could rap his ass off. He could rap circles around a lot of people. But can you push him to do something other than just rapping? Can you create a song with him? Can you create these records? And of course, we created the Blue album, and people still say to this day, like, that's Entry's best project. It's the Blue album, because it's just something that's outside of his realm. Yeah, and you were able to,
and he adapted
to it very well. That's a thing. You know what I mean? And artists have to be acceptable for that type of direction. Right. And there's some artists that are, like you said, are willing to do that, and they have that trust with you to push them there. And obviously, you know, with the projects that they have and songs that they created, it's probably their best shit. And then there's some that are not too comfortable with stepping out. I'm not gonna say they're hard-headed or nothing like that, but they're not comfortable with stepping out of that comfort zone in order to take direction, because maybe they don't like it or they're not used to it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I dealt with that at first with like the first few artists, but I think a lot of that has to do with your confidence in yourself.
Absolutely.
You know, so like, because at first people would kind of listen here and there, but it was like, yo, maybe you should do this. No, but now it's like, yo, let me make a suggestion. Yeah, cool. Okay. So let's do exactly what you did, except I'm gonna have you do it in this melody. And let's try that real quick. And then I don't give them a chance to talk. I take off the talk back and I hit record. And then they go through, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I really trust that idea is going to work. And then usually when they hear it afterwards, it's like 90% of the time they love the idea. The other 10%, you know, it's like, I kind of like my idea a little bit more. Okay, cool. And I'll back off, you know? But I feel like once my confidence went up with that kind of stuff, the trust that I got in other people, because I trust in myself, and you see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so as long as you're trusting yourself, people are going to trust you as well.
So to that point, your confidence.
Yeah.
You're a little confident, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Only reason I bring this up, man, is because I've been following you for a while. And I mean, shit, I guess you can date this back to when you were in your crib. You had like a makeshift booth, and you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, right? Shit. Yeah.
Okay. So then you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring this up, man, is because I want to just, if you don't mind, touch on a subject that you once touched on very early, or very, I should say a while ago. But it was like mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like you struggled, I think, at one point. You put online and you were kind of vulnerable in a sense, just like, yo.
I was annoying. Yeah, I was annoying.
Well, to me at least, and again, and not making light of it at all, but like at the time, it seemed like you were struggling with either not garnishing enough support, or just things weren't moving as fast as you wanted them to, or like, obviously, I think this is before Double AG, when it was just like Stilo, you know, Stilo Jordan. And I mean, so if you could just touch on that, man, because obviously it's night and day, bro. That guy is not the guy that's here right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, I feel that.
We're talking to Stilo Air Jordan, by the way.
Yeah, whole different ball game. And this Air Jordan played football.
Huh? Oh,
mental health was a huge struggle that I had about 2 years. 2 years ago is when it kind of started picking up, and everything started. You know, I started seeing things a lot clearer and getting clarity with a lot of stuff in my life. And there was a lot of factors as to why I felt like I wasn't getting to where I was, and it wasn't just music. Like it was. Yes, I was kind of like pushing it off as if it was, I'm not getting anywhere where I want to be in this music thing. But it was just in life in general. I felt like I was kind of stagnant.
My bad. And you were how old around this time?
This was 2 years. I was 23, 20. You know, well, okay. So I found out I had really bad mental health starting at about 20 years old.
Okay.
You know, and it hit out of nowhere. I was never depressed before that, or I didn't know I was depressed. You know, and then one day it just kind of, I'm fucking depressed. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, I was a social butterfly. I mean, I had a lot of friends. I was doing all this stuff. I was cool. I was chilling. People always coming over. People, hey, I fuck with you. All that stuff. Like, all of a sudden, I felt just inadequate for everything in life. And it was the weirdest kind of switch that flipped out of nowhere. I didn't understand myself at that time. You know, I was putting way too much pressure on myself at that time with everything. And I didn't trust the process with life in general. I was praying and hoping for things to happen, but I wasn't actually making the moves to make them happen. You know, there was just a lot of stuff.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Sure.
There was a lot of stuff that made me feel like I was held back, but I was the one I was holding my own shackles at that point. You know, so like, once I figured that out, like I said, once I figured out myself and like kind of learned myself, and everything changed. Everything's in color now. I see everything very clearly. I see everything very, I trust myself. I'm 1,000 times the person that I was 2 years ago.
Appreciate you touching on that.
Yes,
the last thing I just want to ask, man, was there any kind of like chemical dependency? Like, how did you get out of it? Like, was it you being able to just focus on music? I think you mentioned at one time you stopped smoking. If someone's watching this and listening to this, man, like, what would be your advice if they find themselves in that situation?
So I'm gonna touch on all those things. Now, I'm not an advocate for what I'm about to say, but this is what helped me. At the time when I was like, I was so tired of feeling just like tired and so tired of just feeling depressed and down all the time. I started doing research on like ways to get better because my meds weren't working. I was still having the worst anxiety, the worst depression, everything. Nothing worked for me. I was working out at the time, all that, like everything they tell you to do, I was doing it. That wasn't working. And so I was doing some research, and then I came across this article that was talking about shrooms. Right. And there are people who microdose them and all this stuff. And then there are those people who travel out and they have the crazy trip and get enlightened afterwards. Yeah. I chose that route. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to be dependent on the mushrooms and microdose. You know, so basically I read this article and it was saying that there was like a study that had said that X amount of, like 80% of people who had depression were not cured, but they were better for like 2 years after they did this trip. But you have to go into this trip and you have to like prepare yourself and know why you're doing this trip, and you have to do all these things to make sure that you get the result that you want. So I did that. You know, prepared myself. I locked myself in my room, set up a camera because I wanted to see myself afterwards. had like crazy lights, just go changing colors all throughout the room. I lit some candles in there, bro. I was just in my zone, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna do it right. Somebody told me to put on this like Hindu music in the background. So like, I'm sorry. No, it's funny. It's funny because I look back on it. I'm like, man, I was bougie as hell. Like, I was literally just fucking missing like an incense, right? And so like I lock myself in my room. I do this trip, and I wouldn't say that I had like this like, oh, this is why I'm depressed kind of moment. I didn't have like enlightenment like that. But after that, I'm not on any of those medications. I haven't been on those medications since that night. Wow. Dropped all that stuff, changed my outlook on life, changed everything. Just kind of telling myself yes more than no, telling myself I'm good more than I'm bad, flipped all those things. And that's kind of what brought me out of it. I started to trust myself, and so, but prior to that, I tried, I was going out drinking a lot. I was doing a lot of shit. I never really smoked a lot, but like, I was trying to smoke to help with my depression because it helps. Some people say that it helps for them and everything. But it wasn't working for me. So I was doing all those things and like just kind of going down the slippery slope with certain substances. And like right when I realized that, I pulled the rug from under myself and stopped. So that's how I pulled myself.
That's
out.
good, man.
Yeah.
Word, man.
No, that's great. I mean, it's good to not saying that all medication is bad, sure.
No, 100%.
But I know there's a stigma when it comes to medications and people being, if they feel like they can't function without them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like they're not themselves.
They're not themselves. You know what I mean? And it's a scary thing. But I'm glad you kind of found your way out of that. That's always a great thing.
And I do want to reiterate again. I do not recommend that. I'll never recommend that for anybody to do. It worked for me, and I'm glad it worked for me. But sometimes the medication is the right way to go. And
I'm talking to you, Kanye West.
Yeah. And so I just want to reiterate that 100% because like I said, I'll never recommend that to anybody.
Absolutely, for sure.
No, but regardless, man. I mean, besides the and I totally understand you not advocating that, but regardless, what I did get from that is that at some point, man, once you got a little bit clear of the woods, man, you figured out when you started seeing clear, man, it's just about focus and
yes,
you know what I'm saying.
Yes, focus is huge. Oh my God, focus is huge. This is why this is why I kind of moved so fast because 2 years ago I like not. very few people knew who I was. I didn't have like any kind of pull or any kind of anything. There was no trust. Like now I feel like you can mention my name and either they've heard of me or they're like, oh, I fuck with that guy or fuck with that guy's team, And so, but it was like all this, like all the focus that I had, all the focus that I have now really contributes to, the way that we are perceived and out here. And it's not just myself, but like I feel like that does drive a heavy, like a really, really big part of why people, kind of fuck with us is because, they see that we are about our fucking business when it comes to our work ethic and our drive and everything and our focus and our mentality behind everything,
It's focus.
Focus. Focus is key.
That's a great way to end it, guys. Focus.
Before we end it, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh, good. Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Okay. All right. So,
I was going to say 5, but fuck it, 10.
In 10 years, I see myself living just as happy as I am now. Right. But
out here living fat with a bunch of writing credits everywhere.
Yeah, that too. I was going to get to that.
Yeah.
Nah, I really do see myself, progressing in this industry in a really, really effective rate, in 10 years. And where I'm at right now, this was my 5-year goal, and I reached it in 2 years.
Nice.
And so focus. You know what I mean? And so I really see myself. I if there's something that I want to do, I make it happen all the time. So in 10 years, yes, I see myself just living the life and doing what I love to do still.
Just being happy doing it.
Word.
That's always key too.
What does success mean to Stilo Jordan?
Happiness, man. Success for me is just happy, like being able to be happy with what you're doing. There are times where I know that I knew I was successful even though I was barely scraping by because I wasn't even thinking about that. I pay my bills, I was good. You know what I mean? So and I'm still doing what I love, and I don't have to get a 9-to-5 to do it. I'm fucking happy. I'm successful.
Word. I like that.
It's a good one.
Skrills is good, man. Like I'm like, yo.
I'm sorry. Did you want to get anything else off? I mean,
yeah. Anything we have,
any promo or anything you got going on and we haven't touched?
I will say it one more time. Make sure you guys peep my album. Pre-save link is on all my social media.
All right.
February 5th. Let me just get that off again because you guys give me the opportunity. February 5th from the Wayside drops. My best project I've ever done ever.
Real quick, from the Wayside, what
exactly is the Wayside?
The meaning.
Okay, so the term you really hear it mainly like with on Wall Street when something falls by the wayside. It's not a good thing, right? So like it's usually things are going downhill. That or another definition to that is like usually sometimes people use that as if when you fall by the wayside you're quitting or you're stopping, you're not successful anymore at something. From the wayside started, and it is. I felt like I was ready to give up music. I felt like I was ready to drop this whole shit. And it really, this project is about that journey from beginning to end, from being really paranoid and being really just fucking like about the whole industry and not trusting people to like being where I'm at now. And the project tells that pretty much that story. And as depressing as it sounds, it's a really fucking dope, happy project, and so
like it definitely gives the album a different perspective now.
Yeah. So yep.
Yeah.
And so
it puts everything in perspective. I like that a lot.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. And this album, like I said, means a lot to me. So
y'all heard it here first, man. From the Wayside. When is the date again, man? Let look in the cameras. You know what I mean? Let them know.
February 5th. February 5th. You got another camera? Shit.
Yeah, right.
yeah, that's yours over there. That's the close-up right there.
You tell him.
February 5th.
February 5th.
You know what I'm saying? February 5th. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stilo Jordan. And what about AAG? You got anything in the future other than the Westside Boogie and the albums? You got anything?
AAG is always working, man.
Gotcha.
We are a very well-oiled machine. So we're always working. Of course, we got some stuff that we are kind of piecing together here and there.
Okay.
Possibly to get a collaboration project out of all of us,
Nice.
And it's still one of those things, we're all our own artists, so it's still hard to get a hold of each other and get all each other in the booth at the same time and work together like that, just like with any other artist.
Yeah,
sure.
So
that's dope.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stilo Jordan, thank you for pulling up.
Appreciate y'all.
Case in the cut, thank you for pulling up as well.
Yes.
Taking time out y'all's busy schedule. I know you Tell us, you got some work on the way.
Yes.
Yes. Now we're gonna try to get this wrapped up and everything so you can get back to making your money and all that. So it's been your boy MAZI'S, Soul Skrills in the Cut. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and be sure to download Stilo Jordan from the Wayside February 5th.
Yes.
Pull up to the Westside Boogie show.
Yes.
What else? What else you got going on? Anything else?
And just
listening party.
Listening party.
Also February 5th at
February
Dive Bar.
5th. At where?
Dive Bar.
Dive Bar. Tune into this episode and all episodes every Monday. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Be sure to visit 9cloudsup.com and get you some merch. Soul. Be sure to hit Soul up for videos too. Yes. Stilo as well.
That reminds me. And this is a big compliment to you, Stilo, because I use Entre's album as a marker for mastered albums.
Yeah.
The reason I say this is because I get fucking music sent to me all the goddamn time.
Yep.
A lot of times it's not mastered well at all.
Yeah.
And he's, like I said, Entre's album is the one I use as the bar.
Yeah.
And when I listen to your music and Twist's music and shit like that, that bar, it hits that bar.
That's what I do,
so
baby.
it's dope, man.
That's what I
dope
do,
shit.
baby. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all be safe. Wash your damn hands. Stay sanitary and pull up to these shows and listen to Stilo's music as well from the Wayside February 5th. And y'all, take it easy. Be safe. Tune in next Monday. It's been your boy MAZI'S, Stilo, Case, Soul, Skrills. Peace.
Maserati.
So focused, I just need some meaning to my name. Plus I'm cheating with these codes. If you thinking it's a game, that's real talk.